When you're about to manifest, your nervous system slows down. Something feels different. Not bigger, not exciting, just slower. Your thoughts aren't racing. Your chest isn't tight. Your body feels neutral, calm, almost too calm. And that's when most people panic, because they think something stopped. They think the energy dropped. They think the manifestation failed. So they check, they measure, they look for signs. They try to feel something. And in doing that, they interrupt the exact shift that was stabilizing. Let's break down what your nervous system is actually doing. When you are about to manifest something significant, your nervous system does not speed up. It slows down. Not because nothing is happening, but because integration requires stability. Most people associate manifestation with excitement, elevated emotion, goosebumps, adrenaline. But adrenaline is not alignment. It's activation. And activation is unstable. Your nervous system cannot lock in a new identity from a state of urgency. It can only encode from regulation. When beta brainwaves reduce, when internal noise lowers, when the body stops scanning for threat, that's when prediction error begins to collapse. And prediction error is the key. Your brain is constantly comparing your current identity with incoming possibilities. If the gap feels too large, it rejects it. If the nervous system feels unsafe, it cancels the update. So right before manifestation stabilizes, your system lowers stimulation. Your thoughts slow. The urge to chase weakens. The craving to control softens. This is not loss of momentum. It's recalibration. But most people misinterpret calm as stagnation. And that's where they interfere. They open analytics, they check messages, they look for external confirmation. They try to feel high vibration again. They destabilize the field. Have you noticed this silence lately? Here's what happens neurologically. Your brain runs on predictive models. It predicts who you are. It predicts what happens to you. It predicts what is normal. When something new is about to integrate, a new opportunity, a new relationship dynamic, a financial threshold, your brain must remap identity. That remapping cannot happen in chaos. It requires coherence. So your system reduces beta dominance. Your thoughts slow. The urge to chase weakens. The craving to control softens. This is not loss of momentum. It's recalibration. Most people misinterpret calm as stagnation, and that's where they interfere. They open analytics. They check messages. They look for external confirmation. They try to feel high vibration again. They destabilize the field. Have you felt that urge to check lately? There's a useful metaphor in quantum physics called the observer effect. When you measure a system too aggressively, you collapse certain potentials. Now translate that psychologically. When you monitor your manifestation obsessively, you collapse trust, you activate survival circuits, you shift from integration to control. Control feels productive, but neurologically control signals threat, and threat prevents identity expansion. Right before something changes externally, your body must believe it is already safe internally. Safety is quiet. Safety is still. Safety does not rush. Have you noticed how the urgency disappears before breakthroughs? Let's go deeper. The nervous system operates in states. Sympathetic activation creates action, urgency, drive. Parasympathetic regulation creates restoration, integration, encoding. You cannot rewire identity from sympathetic overdrive. You can only rewire from regulated parasympathetic states. That calm phase right before manifestation is identity stabilization. It feels boring because drama is gone. It feels neutral because resistance is dissolving. It feels slow because the body is not chasing anymore. And without chase, there is space. Have you mistaken this space for failure? There's another layer. Self-sabotage rarely looks like destruction. It looks like micro-interference, checking, reassessing, tweaking, doubting the quiet. The mind says nothing is happening, but biologically something crucial is happening. Neural pathways are consolidating. Prediction error is shrinking. The gap between who you are and who you are becoming is closing. And closing gaps feel uneventful because friction is decreasing. The brain loves stimulation, but transformation prefers stability. Which one are you feeding? Think about excitement. Excitement is volatile, it spikes, it crashes, it demands reinforcement. Calm is sustainable. Calm can hold expansion. When manifestation is close, excitement fades and certainty increases. Not loud certainty, subtle certainty, a grounded knowing. You don't need signs, you don't need validation, you don't need to push. You simply feel steady. Have you felt that steadiness recently? This is the threshold identity state. You are no longer the version chasing, but you are not yet fully experiencing the external reflection. You are between identities, and between identities feels empty. The old stimulation is gone. The new evidence isn't visible yet. So the ego tries to recreate urgency because urgency feels familiar. But familiarity is not growth. Familiarity is repetition. Right before expansion, repetition stops. Silence appears, and silence is misinterpreted as loss. Have you been trying to restart the noise? Let's reframe the original calm. What if nothing feels urgent because nothing is threatened? What if the nervous system slowed because it no longer needs to defend? What if the lack of intensity is the signal? When survival energy drops, creative energy rises, but creative energy is quiet. It builds beneath awareness. It integrates without announcement. And when it surfaces externally, it feels natural, not explosive, natural. Which is why people often say it just happened. It didn't just happen. It stabilized first. Your job in this phase is minimal. Stop reacting. Stop measuring. Stop checking. Let it integrate. Do nothing. This is the hardest instruction because doing nothing feels irresponsible, but neurologically doing nothing prevents interference. When you check repeatedly, you reintroduce doubt. Doubt increases prediction error. Prediction error delays integration. So the most advanced move is restraint. Can you allow the silence? Micro-tension will appear, a thought that maybe you lost it. Let it pass. An urge that maybe you should try harder. Let it pass. A fear that what if it was never real? Let it pass. Every time you react, you teach your nervous system instability. Every time you stay still, you teach it safety. Safety encodes identity. Identity generates outcomes, not the other way around. Have you been trying to change outcomes before stabilizing identity? There is a moment before every external shift where nothing dramatic happens. No fireworks, no cosmic signal. Just regulated breath, neutral focus, unforced presence. That is the doorway. And most people walk away from it because it doesn't look like progress. It looks like nothing. But in neurobiology, nothing is often consolidation. And consolidation is invisible, but it's decisive. So if you feel slower lately, if urgency faded, if excitement quieted, do not panic. You might be closer than you think. The nervous system does not celebrate before expansion. It stabilizes. It reduces noise. It lowers resistance. It prepares the body to receive without shock. Manifestation is not attracting something new. It's becoming stable enough to hold it, and stability is quiet. Comment below. I allow the stillness, or I don't interrupt integration. Identity phrases matter because they reinforce stabilization. And if this perspective expands your awareness, subscribe so you don't interrupt the next shift. Because this silence might be the final adjustment before everything reorganizes.